Okay, so now let's take a look at graphs. So graphs can be very simple when you're looking at whether or not they are proportional or not proportional. So when we're looking at a graph, they must be two things. They must be a straight line and they must go through the origin, which means it goes through the point 0, 0, 0 on the graph. 0, 0 on the graph is where your y-axis, or that's your x-axis and your y-axis meet. So it's right here. Okay, so when we're looking at the graph, x is from side to side and y is up and down. Think yo-yo starts with a y and it goes up and down. So we are looking, does it go through the center, which is right here? This one does. And is it a straight line? Very clearly, this one is a straight line. So because it meets both requirements and it goes through that center, it is proportional. So now we have to figure out what k is. So in order to do that, we have to look for what's called a perfect point. A perfect point is when it goes through the grid lines on your graph perfectly. So obviously we have 0, 0. I'm going to change colors here. So we have 0, 0. That is a perfect point. But we also have, when we go over 1 up 2, there's a perfect point. When we go over 2 up 4, there's another perfect point. And then same for when we go over to the negatives. To the left, when we go over 1 down 2, we have another perfect point. Over 2 to the negative side, down 4, and there's another perfect point. So this graph has 5 perfect points. Whenever we are trying to find what k is, we have to pick one of the perfect points that is not 0. So it can't be our 0, 0. And we have to use the equation y over x. So what we're going to do is take one of these perfect points. I'm going to use this one. And to find this point, we went over 1, so our x is 1, and we went up 2. So again, my x is 1, my y is 2. And now I'm going to plug that into my equation of y divided by x. Because remember, a fraction just means division. So we have 2 over 1. So 2 divided by 1 is 2. To show you can use any point, I'm going to also do this one right here. So if we go over on our x-axis to the negative 1, that's negative 1. And then we went down 2, that's negative 2. My x and my y are listed there. And so now I can still do y divided by x. And now I have negative 2 divided by negative 1. And we know a negative divided by a negative cancels, and that becomes just 2, because negative 2 divided by negative 1 is just a positive 2. To show you one more time, if I use this point right here, I go over 1, 2 to the negative, so that's negative 2, and I go down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, here's my x, here's my y. And so now if I do y divided by x, negative 4 divided by negative 2, negative 4 divided by negative 2 is a positive 2 because these cancel. So therefore, as you can see, we can see that we get 2 every single time. Now you don't have to do this multiple times because we already know it's proportional. We know that because it went through 0, 0 and it was a straight line. So we just had to do it one time, but I just wanted to show you that it doesn't matter what perfect point you choose, you'll get the same k. So k is equal to 2. Now we have to write the equation. So we have y equals, and then we have 2, because k goes here. Remember, it's y equals kx. And so 2 is k. So instead of k, we're going to put a 2 here. And then we put the x next to it. On the second graph, you can see that is not a straight line. It does go through 0, 0, so it met one of the requirements, but not both. Oh, I highlighted the wrong one anyway. It goes through 0, 0, but it is not a straight line. So this one is not proportional. And when it's not proportional, there is no k. So we put NA, and there is no equation because it's not proportional. So I want you to pause the video, and I want you to try the next two on your own. And then when you're ready, hit play and see if you got them right. All right, so you can see from that the third graph, is not proportional because, well, yes, it goes through 0, 0, or sorry, yes, it is a straight line, but it does not go through 0, 0. So it is not proportional. We do not have a k, and we do not have an equation. So we put NA for both. The fourth one is proportional. It does go through 0, 0, and it is a straight line. You can tell here that I plotted all of the perfect points. I just put a little dot on all of them, and then I just picked a random one. So I'm going to show you here, if I chose this point, then I go over 1, 2, 3, and I go down 1, 2, 3. Since I went in the negative direction, it's -3 there. So my x and y. So now if I'm going to find my k, just to show you that it would be the exact same, my y is -3, my x is +3, and -3 divided by a +3 is -1. So we get the same thing either way. So our k is -1. And since we have a k, we can also write an equation, and so it's y equals -1x. You can also write this as y equals -x, because we know that we don't have to write a 1 in front of an x. So why is this important? K is our unit rate. I thought I was on highlighter. K is our unit rate. So we just found the unit rate of all of our graphs that we have that are proportional. So my unit rate is equal to 2 in this equation. My unit rate is equal to -1 in this equation. We don't have a unit rate because these aren't consistent. They're not going at the same rate. This one starts off low and then goes kind of slow and then goes super fast. And it does that in both directions. It does not work. This one, we didn't start off at 0. In order for it to be constant, it has to start at 0. So since our starting point wasn't 0, it's 3, this one is not proportional, and therefore it doesn't have a unit rate.